Alright, good morning. I am making a video to kind of show off a CBCS comic submission that we did. So I've got 6 boxes here, a lot of different comics to show off, and I'll jump right into it. So alright, so to start with, don't know if that's easily seen, but J. Scott Campbell, Gamora cover B, 9.8. Very well done. We're always very happy with what CBCS offers us. This is the J. Scott Campbell Electra variant. This is cover A. So, also 9.8. Justice League of America, number 1, with the Colorado flag, 9.4. So, if you can't guess, we're from Colorado. Then J. Scott Campbell Electra number 1, 9.8, cover B. So, all came in great shape, packaged really well. They're came back with pretty good grades overall too. So if you're on the fence about getting comic books graded, I highly recommend looking into it. That's box number 1. 5 more to go. Alright, so you'll notice a theme here. So J. Scott Campbell, this is the Amazing Spider-Man number 25. This is cover B, 9.8. It's kind of one of those jumbo size books, so it's a good bit thicker. This is kind of a cool one. I like the cover artwork. It's not exactly a valuable comic, but I like it. It's the Princess Leia number 1. This is the Dynamic Forces variant. I decided to get this one graded. I was going to have it signed by Carrie Fisher, but she couldn't come to the Denver Comic Con, I think it was 2 years ago. So I ended up just deciding to have the book graded anyway. So another J. Scott Campbell. This is Spider-Gwen number 1, so a 9.6 on this one. I got this one online. When it came, it was it's packaged well, but it was a little, crushed and everything. But still a great cover. Good comic series too. And then Amazing Spider-Man number 25, 9.6. This is the cover A. So again, jumbo size, so they have a different size case for those. It's slightly thicker to accommodate the thicker books. So if you're wondering if you have a big book like that, they do have cases that will accommodate that. So alright, so there's box number 2. We got 4 more. Lots of comics here. Alright. So this is, I forget if this is I think this is the B cover, but this is the Art Germ Harley Quinn Rebirth series, number 1, 9.8. So I think there was There were 3 types. There's a sketch variant, which I think you'll also see in here. Then there was the this one, which kind of has muted colors and shaded. Then there was a colored one. So all varying degrees of rarity. Here is J. Scott Campbell Gamora #1. This is the A cover, so this is kind of the standard. I never ended up getting the C cover. They ran out before I was able to purchase one. Here is the Justice League versus Suicide Squad. This is an Art Germ cover as well. This is the standard, just color cover, 9.8 though, Art Germ. Big fan of his artwork. I like him, I like J. Scott Campbell. Okay, and then here is, again, this is maybe hard to pick up. The lighting isn't that great, but this is the Art Germ Harley Quinn Rebirth. And this is the rarest one, I think, of all of them. So I'm not sure the edition size on this. I'm not sure if it says on here, but came back in great condition. So that's good. That's a rarer look. So all these are kind of standard books so far. We haven't seen any. I do have some authenticated signatures in here, which hopefully we'll be getting to here in the next box or so. We did most of our stuff at Denver Comic-Con, so there were quite a few different folks there. So this is actually my little brother's. So this is the Luke Cage #1. This is a Neil Adams variant, which was signed by Neil Adams when he purchased it at the event, and he also had it signed by Mike Coulter. So if you're not familiar, he plays Luke Cage in the Netflix series. This one is probably the big one for me. So this is this is cover D variant for the Jean Grey J. Scott Campbell variant. You could only get it at conventions, and it's got Jean Grey #1 in the white outfit. I did not get cover C. I have covers A and covers B. I didn't get those graded, but I got this one. So this one is signed by J. Scott Campbell. It is signed by Sabine Rich. She did the coloring on the cover. Campbell's the cover artist, if you're not familiar. And then it's also signed by Famke Janssen, the first Jean Grey in the movies. So very happy that I got this convention exclusive. There were all those folks there, got signatures, and it came back as a 9.8. So it's in really great shape. They've done a great job with this. So that's probably my holy grail from this whole adventure. So alright, so this is one of my little brothers as well. This is Star Wars #1. This is the Sarah Pacelli, and I hope I say that right. Retailer incentive cover. So this is a variant, Star Wars #1. I think these have been going for pretty good money. Star Wars #1, they sold a ton of copies of that comic book, and there were so many different variants. I'm not exactly familiar with all the most popular ones, but came back as a 9.2. I think he picked this up in the comic book store when the comic came out originally, so of course shipping and everything, you're going to get some tattered edges and different things like that. But very cool cover, very cool comic book. This is one that I kind of ran into. Didn't get the best grade ever, but I'm still happy I got it. It's kind of a rare book. So this is the Spider-Gwen #1. This is the Adam Hughes variant. So, and this isn't the Mexican Adam Hughes variant. This is the standard, and I found it for a really good price. It's probably why, you know, it's not exactly a, you know, pristine or very high grade, but I love the artwork. The cover is very nice. It looks great. I think, you know, I got points off for kind of just broken color and some tattered edges. Maybe one of these I had like fingerprints on, but I don't think it was this one. This one actually, you know, I was very happy I ran into it. It's a very cool cover. So, all right, so I think that covers number 4. So still have 2 more. We got a lot graded at the convention. It's kind of a recent thing for us. We're very new to the grading scenario. We're very new to comics as a whole. Just kind of, it was a fun thing. All right, so here's kind of another big one that I had signed. So this is the Avengers #8 J. Scott Campbell cover. This again was a convention exclusive. It was cover D for the J. Scott Campbell Avengers #8. So there were 3 different ones in the series. I have, or I'm sorry, 4. I have 3 of them. So the cover A was a Captain America. I did not have that one graded. I will eventually, probably. Cover B was Thor. Cover C was Iron Man or Tony Stark. And then cover D here is the Vision. So a lot of folks wanted to get their hands on this. Got a very good grade. Very happy about that. And it's also signed by J. Scott Campbell and Sabine Rich. So again, the cover artist and the colorist for this particular book. So very happy they were both there. Sabine Rich, very nice person. Highly recommend if you see her at an event, go say hi. She's very talented. But so that one came back really well. I was happy about that one. So here's the cover B variant. Mine actually came back a little bit lower, so an 8.5. Really like the Thor cover though. And I guess it had some bends maybe in the center area and then in the lower lower left, lower right areas. It was kind of unclear, but I was kind of shocked when I found out that there was a 8.5. I looked these up online before I got the shipment in here and started unboxing these, but still very good cover. Love the artwork. Love the character, and this one is also signed by J. Scott Campbell and Sabine Rich. So I was able to get that. Again, it's an authentic signature. If you're not familiar with that, the way CBCS does things is they have, you know, your standard label, which is blue, meaning that there's not anything on it, and then you've got a red label, which is a verification process. They'll actually go through, and even if they haven't witnessed a signature, they'll verify that it's authentic, and they will kind of put their name behind it. And then they have the witness signature program. That's their gold label. It's very similar to what I think CGC does. We've been big fans of the CBCS folks. They treat us pretty well, and you know, they're a good price. You don't need the membership. Their cases are pretty good. I've been pretty happy with them. So here's a fun one. This one's, again, my little brother's. Came back as a 9.2. I think the first Comic-Con I ever went to, I bought him this book. This is Batman Adventures #1. It's not exactly a valuable book. It's not a rare book by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a pretty cool cover. And he actually had this signed by, who was it? Ty Templeton, who is the artist, and Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman. So both witness signatures. Pretty good to see something like that. That's a pretty cool memento. I don't think he'll ever sell it, so, but he's pretty happy to get that. There's some some cool folks at the Comic-Con. Here is another comic book. That's my little brother's. So this is, what is this? This is the Penguin #1 3D lenticular. So it's front and back. So you've got kind of this one, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but as you kind of move it, you know, it's got kind of this 3D effect. That came back as a 9.8. Pretty cool. And then on the back, it's got, you know, an older thing, but it's also kind of this 3D effect. It might be kind of hard for the camera to pick that up exactly, but you know, not exactly a rare book. This is number 23.3, but very cool cover. Very cool wall hanger. So if you frame it and you put it up, this is kind of a very cool, you know, thing to have hanging on the wall for sure. And I think, you know, I talked to my little brother. He kind of expected to get a higher grade on that particular book, so he was pretty happy, I think, with that result. It's a very cool book. I like that cover too. So, all right, last box here, and I wouldn't say we saved the best for last, but we still got some pretty cool things in here. So this is another one that I was kind of disappointed in, but I wanted to get it graded anyway. This is the Edge of Spider-Verse #2, first print. And these are actually pretty hard to find. So this is actually the first appearance of Spider-Gwen, or Gwen Stacy as a Spider-Woman. And it came back as a 7.5. It's not in great shape. You know, the more I look at it, yeah, there are some marks on the cover. There were some fingerprints from the handling. These have been going up in price considerably, and I think when I bought it, it was either good to very good was what they were selling it as. And you know, it was I probably paid more than what the comic book was really worth in this condition, but I've had such a tough time trying to find this comic book in the first printing that when I saw it, I decided to jump on it. And you know, I'm pretty happy I did. I'm happy I got that graded. That's a hard book to find, but that's probably the lowest grade of the whole batch. That's 7.5. And then let's see here. This is a cool one. So this is a first print, Darth Vader, and this is #3. So to some folks, they might be like, well, why would you have that graded? It's a 9.2, so again, it's kind of in rough shape. Again, I picked this one up at the comic book store a while back. You know, it's maybe not been treated the best, or wasn't shipped, you know, the best. Colorado's pretty far away from the printing presses, so I'm sure a lot of things can happen in that shipping. But this is the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, and I've really kind of liked her as a character. The best way I can describe her is the Indiana Jones of the Star Wars universe, but really a cool cover. This is an Addie Granoff cover. Love the artwork. And I've got the other two, #1 and #2, graded as well. And I was able to get those signed by Kieran Gillen at one of my first Comic-Cons. And then went through the verified signature program, that's the red label, to get those graded. So those came back in great condition too. So all right, and then the last one here, this is the last book is my little brother's book. We found this one for a steal, pretty good price. J. Scott Campbell, Star Wars #1, 9.4, and then it's also signed by J. Scott Campbell, and I don't think, yeah, Sabine Rich did not do this one. This was done by, I think you pronounce her name Nye, but very cool cover. This is actually a connecting cover, and I have more graded books in the elsewhere in the house here, but this actually connects to the J. Scott Campbell Darth Vader #1, which is a pretty hard one to find. I haven't really seen that one. And the J. Scott Campbell Princess Leia #1, and I have Princess Leia #1. I gotta Nice 9.8 verified sign for that one as well. And they all kind of connect, and you can see kind of down here there's like a foot or a leg or something like that. But they all kind of connect together. It's a connecting cover. And then there's a fourth, I think, Star Wars J. Scott Campbell out there. It doesn't connect to the three, but I think it's got like Boba Fett on it and Han Solo. I'm not sure which one that is, but very cool artwork, very cool covers. Fun books. That was it. That's everything that came. A lot of books, a lot of different covers to look at, artwork, signatures, different things like that. So I hope that showed up pretty well. I mean, I'm not using the best equipment here or anything like that, but I kind of wanted to show off the bountiful booty we got at Comic-Con. So hope you folks enjoy and have a good day.